I'm too old. It's too late. No one's going to care what I have to say. These are the excuses that I have been using lately to hold me back from doing what I really want to do and to moving forward with my life. And today I'm done. I quit. That's it with the excuses. Even right now, there are these voices in my head that are yelling and screaming, saying, "Shut up, don't do this, just turn it off." We're going to keep going. What excuses have you used to keep you from doing what it is that you really want to do? We have excuses we want to break some bad habits and we come up with excuses, or we want to start new things and we come up with excuses for that as well. I started this channel back around 2018 and had wonderful intentions of keeping going, and I didn't. And I quit. And then now for a couple of weeks, I've been wanting to start it back and have come up with a bazillion excuses. And I wanted to share some of those today to hold myself accountable. Now, I'm not going to share with you all bazillion of them, but I'm just going to give you a handful of the top ones that have really been nagging at me and are wanting to just keep me from doing the thing that I really want to do. Here's my list. It starts with I'm scared. I'm scared what others will think. How will they judge me? And particularly will my friends and family have to say? And I don't know why that's such an issue with me, but it is. It's an excuse that I come up with. And then to think, what will strangers think about me? Oh, that's a doozy. That just takes us to a whole nother level. But today, we're done. I'm quitting with that excuse. Doesn't matter what others think. What matters is what I think. Now, a lot of these excuses are going to overlap, and that's okay because, that's my business. But the second excuse that I use a lot is I'm so afraid that I'm going to fail. Well, the only way that you fail is by not getting started, right? And even with the last time when I tried to start this in 2018, I did start. And I don't look at that as necessarily a failure because I quit doing it. It just wasn't the time for whatever reason. And I'm still thinking, oh my gosh, I'll fail at this. But if I just get that word out of my vocabulary and say there is no failure, right? Then we're good. The next excuse that I use so much, and I use this for almost everything, is I'm not ready. I don't know enough. Maybe you can relate to that one. This is actually the excuse that I have used all of my life. I've never seen the first day of school, ever, even through college. But starting with kindergarten, I was terrified to go in because I felt like I didn't know anything. I didn't know enough. And I could not get it through my head that I wasn't expected to know anything. I was just expected to show up and then learn. But I know when I started first grade, I got super sick and my mom took me to the doctor and the doctor said, yeah, just keep her out for a couple of days because I was running a fever. And my mom was like, nope, she's just terrified. She's just afraid. Let's give her some Tylenol or whatever was at the time and send her on. And I did, and I was fine. And I didn't spread any germs or anything like that. So don't worry about that. But the same thing happened all the way, even through college. I have never went to the first day of class. I always missed the first day because I had strep throat. So we're all learning every day, even at this stage of the game, especially over 50. We're still learning. We're not going to stop. So once I got that drilled in my head, I realized that saying I'm not ready is no longer an excuse. The next one is I'm afraid I'll look stupid. I don't want to look stupid. Who wants that? And then it goes along with the second one. I'm just too old. YouTube is for the younger folks. But I know that's not true. I think, well, I won't say most, but a lot of people our age are using YouTube. It is one of the number one search engines where people are looking to find out how to do things. And I have watched a number of videos, as I'm sure you probably have since you're watching this one, about people over 40, people over 50, people over 60. Now's the time to start a YouTube channel. We do have wisdom. I have years and years of wisdom. So even going back saying I don't know enough, I have a ton of experience and I've been through a ton of things, which I'm sure you have as well. This is a great way to document what we have learned over the years and how we have become a little bit wiser, maybe. So, yeah, looking stupid or looking too old or whatever, it's not an excuse anymore. Let's just do it. Another excuse that I tend to use is that I don't have anything new to say. I don't want to add to the noise that's already there. Because to me, the internet is such a freaking noisy place. All right. There's everybody sharing their opinions, everybody's telling them, telling their stuff. And then that's good, I suppose. And there has been a time where I'm just like, I don't want to add to that because it really just gets all in my head. And what have I got to say? Well, as I said earlier, I've got years of experience. I do have something to say, and it's going to sound a little bit different. Even if you hear the same type of things, it's going to be new because it's coming from my voice. And again, even if nobody sees this and this is just for my personal record only, that's great. I want to document what's on my mind, document what I'm experiencing in life right now, and the transformation that I'm expecting, which I'll talk about that in a couple of videos from now. This is a doozy, and that is that I'm ashamed of my mistakes. And, we all have this closet full of skeletons, right? And it's like, what if that thing gets pried open? So much is on the internet. What if people find out the mistakes that I've made? That's okay. That's an excuse, but it's not viable because we've all made mistakes and you learn from them or you keep reliving them. And one of the mistakes that I know I've made is not going for what I want, not trying new things. So I'm putting that to rest right now. But I'm thinking, let's just start from today. Let's go from right now, from wherever you are, and move forward and just keep going because there's so much more out there waiting for you and for me. Another excuse that I use is that I'm afraid of disappointment. I'm afraid, first of all, that things won't work out the way that I would like for them to. In my purpose of starting these videos and the purpose of getting my channel going again. And again, I'm going to share the reason why I've decided to do this in a couple of days. But I wanted to get these excuses out of the way first. I just kind of had to get that off my chest. I'm also afraid of disappointing other people for some bizarre reason. I'm afraid, that they may say, oh, well, we thought she was going to do this or that, or we just saw her doing something else. And that doesn't matter. It only matters what makes you happy, what makes me happy, right? I can't disappoint anybody if I'm not doing anything. It's like life is a risk, all right? And I have been so afraid of taking risk, which is kind of funny because I can certainly pick out a lot of times in my life when I did face a risk. And here I am. I didn't die. So that's good news. So disappointing people and disappointing myself is, yeah, we're going to throw that one away as well. That's no good. And then this last one that I've included, there's other excuses, but we don't need, those, it's all the typical things. But this last one is very important to me because one of my core values I've learned is authenticity. And I'm so afraid of coming across as inauthentic, or I'm afraid that, what I have to say is just regurgitating what someone else has said. It's so important. Like I can look at people and tell almost immediately if they're being authentic or not. And the thing that I've realized, even in just these few minutes making this video, is the beginning starts a little bit different than now. I hope that you're still still watching, because you let your guard down a little bit. It takes that first couple of minutes to get into it, to get comfortable. Even in a conversation, when you're meeting a person for the first time, that first couple of things, you kind of have to get the niceties out of the way. right? Before you can have a really authentic conversation with somebody. And so you talk about the weather and you talk about, how are you? How are the kids? And then once that's out of the way and you get comfortable, you can start to open up to people. Well, those are just a few of my excuses that I have used, and I would love to know, what are your excuses? What is it that you want to achieve? What is your goal? Are you trying to quit smoking or trying to have better eating habits, trying to start exercising? What are you working towards, and what excuses are you using to keep you from reaching that goal? Let me know in the comments and come back tomorrow to find out why we're moving forward together.